living in the past. Like your present becomes the past, and it's just this endless cycle, and it just throws you in an endless loop. You can't relive it, even if you so badly want to. So staying in a toxic environment isn't doing either one of you any good. So if you're in a relationship or you got in a breakup, it's like, don't live in the past. Just start living in the now. Move forward. You build on failure. You learn from your mistakes. So accept that you're human and just use that as a stepping stone. You cannot live in the past. So you don't try to forget the mistakes and experience. You can check it out at knowledgeformen.com and click on the Lion's Den. If you've been listening to this podcast and you like the content, but find it hard to find other guys out there to relate to, talk to, share your wins and challenges with, maybe you're on your own path of personal development and other guys think it's weird or they're just not interested in what you're doing. You kind of feel like you're alone on this mission, but you're not. There's thousands of other guys out there who are on the same path, and I've been putting together a group called the Lion's Den to try and find these guys, bring them together. Hey, I know it's hard to make the push towards greatness in your life, and I found that the best way to get somewhere you've never been is to surround yourself with other people who are already there or who are on the same path as you. So the Lion's Den does just that. It's a group of men who want to achieve greatness in all areas of life: health, wealth, relationships, and personal growth. Check it out at knowledgeformen.com and click on the Lion's Den. All right, guys, welcome to the show. I've always wanted to do an episode on the article that I wrote, The 13 Lessons You Need to Learn to Discover Yourself. And this article was the first article that I wrote back in about June 2013. I'm looking at the date here. Yeah, it was June 4th, 2013 when I launched this article. And this was the article that really made Knowledge for Men, came out with a bang, and my server crashed. I remember I woke up and I had like 10,000 views, and then every time I hit refresh there'd be like another 500 views. Like, it was just insane. And this was really the beginning of Knowledge for Men when it was a blog. And this was actually the week after that I quit my job. And this is how it started. I sat down and I wrote down the 13 lessons you need to discover yourself. Well, in fact, I had quite a few more, but this was something that was really, really going through my head. And it was at the time of my life when I had just gone through a breakup, just quit my job. I was searching for answers. I had a lot of questions and just really kind of trying to learn who I am and going through that quarter life crisis. This was the result. This is what I learned from that whole experience. And this article has since gone on to get over 150,000 views to date. But let's dive in. This is the 13 lessons you need to learn to discover yourself. So number one is, I am enough. I am enough. That's the first lesson. That's it. That's it. That's the first lesson. I am enough. Now let that resonate, because it's really easy to say. It's only 3 words, and it can really mean the difference between whether or not you're happy with who you are or not, or thinking that you need more or that you need external validations, etc. All of that is eliminated when you sit down and really just say, I am enough. You know, it's easy to compare yourself to others and the possessions of others. I have friends who are much financially more successful than I am, drive nicer cars, live in nicer places. They have the ability to just buy things whenever they please to. And the thing is, the whole point is while you're busy looking at that person and comparing yourself to other people, there's some other guy comparing himself to you. It all goes round and round. You know, you have something that other people wish they had, and you wish you had other things that, you know, other people have. The bottom line is, stop comparing yourself. Accept yourself, all of your shortcomings. It doesn't matter. You need to accept them. And that was huge for me. Parents divorced, graduated college with massive debt, just got in a breakup. I quit my job and had to move back home. You know, it's just, there was so much, you know, that I wish I had. And I was just going through so much at the time. But you got to just accept yourself and all of the shortcomings, because acceptance is freedom from thinking that happiness comes from outside sources. Knowing that you're enough means you don't need to buy useless crap that makes you happy really for just a short period of time, and you just get caught up in buying things that you don't need. So there is no comparison to make. You are the only you there is. And I have a quote. It's by Nigel Marsh. He says, "There are thousands and thousands of people out there leading lives of quiet, screaming desperation, where they work long, hard hours at jobs they hate to enable them to buy things they don't need to impress people they don't like." Okay, Nigel Marsh shared that at a TED talk, and think about that for a moment. You buy things that you don't need to impress people you don't like, and behind all of that, you work a job you don't even like. For me, that was me when I was working, I was managing a retail store. I was working a job I didn't like so that I can try and buy things, and I felt like I was pleasing society and my family. But the bottom line is, do not let society dictate your self-worth and happiness in life. It must come from within. It must come from internal. Like, I'm slapping my chest when I say that because it's just so true. So literally, how you get this done is just literally say the words, "I am enough." Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, "I am enough." Let it become a mantra that infects every decision that you make. Now, you're going to be making better choices, better results. And number 2, the second lesson is know when to let go of the past. Sometimes you just have to let go of the past. You can't live in the past. You can't wish things were different and you didn't have the way things went down. You could have done it better. You can't live in the past because the present then becomes the past, and you're living in the past. Like, your present becomes the past, and it's just this endless cycle, and it just throws you in an endless loop. You can't relive it even if you so badly want to. So staying in a toxic environment isn't doing either one of you any good. So if you're in a relationship or you got in a breakup, it's like, don't live in the past. Just start living in the now. Move forward. You build on failure. You learn from your mistakes. So accept that you're human and just use that as a stepping stone. You cannot live in the past. So you don't try to forget the mistakes and experiences, but you don't need to dwell on it for the rest of your life either. Take the lesson. You don't let it have any of your energy or any of your time or any of your space. Never let someone or something wipe that beautiful smile off your face that screams, "I am happy," that screams who you are in this world. And here's this quote. It's by Steve Marabelli. "The truth is, unless you let go, unless you forgive yourself, unless you forgive the situation, unless you realize that the situation is over, you cannot move forward." The past is dead weight. Just drop it. Take the pain and learn from it and grow stronger. Especially when you're young, especially when you're really commitment free, just walk away from it. It's really as easy as that. So identify the people and the thoughts that are really just holding you back and the ones that aren't helping you. Yes, thoughts can be debilitating and draining on your time and energy. Replace those people and thoughts by releasing them, wishing them well, and walking forward to a brighter future. Now, lesson 3 is hard work or talent are sufficient on their own to produce success. Well, let me say that one more time. Neither hard work or talent are sufficient on their own to produce success. Success requires hard work, but working hard for another man's vision yields him abundance, not you. Work hard towards your goals, the goals that you have, your dreams, your vision. You see, talent without effort ensures mediocrity, period. There's nothing else to it. Being a reluctant superhero isn't getting you anywhere. So slowly now, put down the Twinkie, you made it. Now get up and start kicking some ass. Anything great can't be done in one step. Get started. Do not stop until that step is done. Identify the next step. Rinse, cycle, succeed. Number 4 is be grateful for everything. And don't just like think about it. Yeah, I'm grateful. You really need to feel it. You need to take it from just looking at things and, I'm grateful. And really feel internally that you're grateful. A deep appreciation for your possessions, your talents, everything that you have. And don't take those things for granted. Not just like some cliche like Thanksgiving, we're grateful. No, be grateful. So acknowledge the good that you already have in your life is the foundation. So Eckhart Tolle says, acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. It really is easy to be grateful when you realize nothing is guaranteed. None of it. Nothing is guaranteed. The stuff, the talent, the day, it's all a gift. So don't throw it away. Look around you, look within you. Everything you see is something, just something to be grateful for. So feel it in your core. Damn it, feel it. The energy of your authentic gratitude is going to draw you more to you. Gratitude spawns things to be grateful for. All right, number 5 is be humble. If you lack humility, learn it. Life will beat it into you, repeating your challenges like some never-ending Groundhog's Day if you don't. Acknowledge you don't know everything. Just stop trying to be right all the time. Just be humble. The less preoccupied you are with your status, your haircut, your popularity, your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is these days, the more open you will be to creating some magical shit in your life. Okay? Realize the scope of your life. Think of the size of your community. Now think of the size of your city. Now think of the size of your country. Now zoom out like Google Earth and think about the size of the world and the universe. And see yourself in each one. Then realize the impact you can have on each and every one. That awesome scope, that feeling you get from looking at it, that's humility. It's the stuff wonder is made of. Now, number 6, play your game, not theirs. Blaze your own path, be a visionary, celebrate other people's successes, and don't be too hard on yourself if you misstep. There will be plenty of opportunities to succeed as long as you have the courage to meet them. Here's a quote by John Kirker from the book Into the Wild. Great book, great movie, I recommend it. The quote is, "The very basic core of a man's living spirit is his passion for adventure. The joy of life comes from our encounters with new experiences, and hence there is no greater joy than to have an endlessly changing horizon, for each day to have a new and different sun." Guys, trust in yourself. Have unyielding faith in your abilities and view of what you are about to do and as your responsibility to the world. No one else can play your game. No one else can write your song. Take advantage of this. Realize your dream. It's your duty to get it done. No one else is going to do it for you. This is essential to discovering yourself. Lesson 7. Do what you love. Follow your bliss, and your work will feel timeless. Find work that inspires you, that will generate the velocity to work insane hours, make the most in return, and love what you do all the while. Discover yourself by doing the things that you love, and if you don't know what you love, then keep trying new things and never stop. Why wouldn't you try and find the things that you love, whether that's in relationships or your hobbies? Listen, guys, Warren Buffett, arguably the greatest investor of all time, he said this: building up your resume is like saving up sex for old age. Okay, so if that doesn't slap you in the face, guys, building up your resume is like saving up sex for old age. Do the work you love right now. I understand you have obligations. Like, I get it. And you need to keep your day job for the majority of us. But you still have the weekends. And you still have Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. to make some amazing shit happen in your life. Listen, if you don't take this seriously and take action now, then it's very possible that you'll be exactly where you are right now, 6 months from now, 3 years from now, or even worse, 10 or 20 years from now. Except you might have a larger 401k, and you also might have a little bit more savings. I hope so. Jack Johnson, don't let your dreams be dreams. You see, your work is your contribution, so perform the best work you can, and perform the work that will give the most back to society as well. So develop your skill set and get so good at something that people just can't ignore you. This is the key to living a great life. It really is. Here's a little activity for you. Close your eyes. Think of a world without money. The way to get ahead in this world is to contribute by doing the things you love. What are you doing in this scenario? Where do you see yourself? Who are you with? Where are you? Open your eyes. Now start doing that and nothing else. Lesson 8. Procrastination kills. You see, some people wait their whole lives. They just wait. They're just waiting. For what? Who knows? But they're still waiting. Listen, guys, do you guys remember that really inspiring movie about the guy who sat on his ass? Yeah, me neither. I don't know who that is. I've never seen it. Listen, guys, every day you should be going one step closer towards your goals. You know, just get moving right now. Like, no freaking joke. Just get moving. Otherwise, you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And you can be waiting for the rest of your life. But, you know, life is a dance. It's meant to be played. So you can either sit back and watch others play, or you could join the festivities. Number 9, career and money is not everything in life. Listen, you get that promotion, hit the sales goal, or you get that record contract, and you have no one to call. So you call your ex-girlfriend, you look at your phone. She tells you that's great. She's really happy for you, but she has to go. She's meeting up with some friends. But it was really great hearing from you. Guys, get my drift? I learned the hard way from someone very special who once told me, do not alienate the people who care about you. You see, sometimes you can focus relentlessly on your career or business that you forget about the people who matter. Don't let this be you. Aim high and work towards your passions, but be there for the people who love you. Here's a quote from Maya Angelou. She's awesome. I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. I'm going to repeat that because it's so good. I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. Maya Angelou. I've seen friends sacrifice their personal life for their career with no one to share it with. Well, so far. And I wish the best for them, but it's what I've seen. You have a lot of money, but you don't really do anything with your life. You have a lot of money, and you just buy things. You see, you want to arrive at the finish line surrounded by the people you love. Find the balance between money and relationships. Don't chase just one or the other. Chase a life worth living, a life well lived. I just got off a phone call yesterday with one of my mentors, Aaron, and he told me wealth isn't about your net worth. It's about your network. That's just how powerful it is. I had to give it a silence. So take the time for your loved ones and for yourself. Do not view it as changeable or bendable. Take a stand and say, this time is for my blank, whatever it is. But do that, and the quality of your life will make exponential balance as you find that perfect work-life balance. It is just that important that I stress that point, that you don't need to wait to get a lot of money before you can go out and enjoy yourself. And you don't need to go and have girls, or if you're chasing girls, before you can actually enjoy life. It's, find that balance between, relationships and work. Number 10, be spontaneous, take risk. For most of us guys, younger guys, we don't have kids. We don't have the little angels that come with an unimaginable love and a way tighter schedule. If you don't have kids and you're doing something you don't love, you're really wasting your time. And time is finite. There's nothing, no one, even billionaires, the richest people in the world, they can't do anything to save themselves sometime. And it doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have. We all have a clock, and the clock is slowly ticking. So if you don't have kids, and first of all, if you do have kids, I'm not saying that you're done. But I just want to point out that for the guys who don't have kids, you can literally get up and travel the world if you want. Right now's the time. I've had opportunities where literally I found out on Wednesday that I can go to an event, and the event is on Friday, and I just book my ticket and go. I just make plans. Oh, you guys are going to San Francisco? Let's go. You guys are going to Denver? I'm there. New York? Let's do it. And I just bought a trip around the world, actually, for March 2015. I bought a ticket to go to New York, and then from New York, I'm going to Italy, and then I didn't even buy a flight to Amsterdam, but I'm leaving out of Amsterdam, so I have to figure it out. I have to get on a train and figure it out, and I'm going from Amsterdam to Thailand to Bangkok, and then I'll be there for a few weeks, and then after that, I'm going to go to LA, and then I'll go home after that. And I literally found out that there was a deal online for some trips, and I saw the deal, and it was a huge savings, and within an hour, I made the decision. I just went, I looked up everything, I looked at my schedule, and I just started working on it, and I bought the ticket. I had a lot of friends who were interested in it, and I sent them the deal, yet they didn't take any action. They didn't do it. Travel around the world. It's a legitimate trip around the world, from just going east all the way back until I get home in Southern California. So what are you waiting for? Spontaneity will make you feel alive. Risks are what bring rewards. And for crying out loud, don't listen to anyone who tells you to be reasonable, or even worse, to be more realistic. Rational people work for other people. Unreasonable people define the world they live in. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Richard Branson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jay-Z. Listen to your free spirit and live out loud. Damn it, one more time, I said it, live out loud. Here's a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even through checkered by failure, than to take rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in the gray twilight that knows neither victory nor defeat. Avoid the complacent and safe life. Give yourself the opportunity to grow by taking risks. If you don't try, you will not truly discover who you are. So start out small. Little things you can do. Go left instead of right. Take a trip to another city you've always wanted to visit that's nearby. Get in touch with the feeling that this gives you, the feeling of living, the feeling that the senses that you're alive. That feeling when you walk into a new city and you notice everything. It's like you have the travel goggles are on and you're like, wow, look at this bush. Look at the coffee shop. Look at the shape of the restaurant. Like look at the architecture. You notice everything. You see, the bigger and more spontaneous actions you take and take bigger risks, just the more you're going to see, the more you're going to grow, and the more you're going to live. The world is full of unimaginable opportunities only if you have the courage to take the risk to pursue them. And simply, as Nike says, just do it. Number 11, be willing. Life is a series of choices. Be willing to make them and learn from them. Avoid worry and analysis by paralysis. The great Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. Right now is a great time to learn what works and also what doesn't, and then become wiser for it. So realize that this is your time. A nice, fuzzy, motivating article, or a nice, on Facebook or Instagram with a cool picture of a guy climbing a mountain with his hand up and a quote, it means nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing if you're not willing to implement what you just learned. Be willing to jump in the middle and have stuff not work out. This is what separates the doers and the dreamers. Which one are you? Number 12, and perhaps one of the most important. Surround yourself with good people. Your environment matters. I've said this so many times on the podcast, but ladies and gentlemen, mostly gents, I present to you the greatest life hack of all time. It's by Jim Rohn. You are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. Listen, if you don't get along with the people in your school, change schools. If friends bring you down, or even worse, you feel alone when you're surrounded by quote-unquote friends, change friends. If your major doesn't suit you, fuck it, man, just switch. If it all seems fake, find your own song that screams out loud that this is real. If you're in a job that you don't like, if you're surrounded by employees or coworkers that aren't really you, and you don't feel like you would ever hang out with them outside of work, there's nothing wrong with you. You just need to find the right people and the right environment and the right people who support you and motivate you to be your best self. You want to be around people who bring out the best in you, and you feel 100% comfortable being yourself and really just going a little wild and being you. So always know there's nothing wrong with you. It could be the environment that you're in. And if you haven't found the right environment, keep looking. You got to set yourself up to win. Surround yourself with like-minded, driven individuals who you can contribute to and who can contribute to you. For me, guys, this has been one of the greatest game changers I've ever had in my life. The moment that I decided that I was going to change environments was the moment when I really started to grow and when I really started to discover myself. You see, you're going to have to change environments more often than just once. And sometimes you'll outgrow that environment. And it's not to say that you're going to kick these people to the curb. It just means there's another song for you out there that you gotta sing. You gotta go out and go after what really matters to you. I believe in that. I really do. Number 13. Don't make permanent life decisions early in life. You see, when you're young, or whatever age you are, Because if you ask an investor when's the best time to invest, it's obviously right now. So if you're going to invest in anything, I don't suggest you do real estate or a business. I suggest you spend and invest your time in yourself. It's the best investment you can ever make. It's probably the most underrated, but it's the one that has the most rewards. Discover yourself. I suggest you have more fun in life. Go out more, try new things, switch careers, party more, explore your town, explore the next city, explore your state, explore your country, explore the world. Find out what you want to do. Read more books, date as many people as you want. All of this is going to help you discover who you are. Why not build a new business? Why not go to and attend a personal development seminar and develop yourself? Read 5 books in a month and really just become the best man you can be and the man your future partner will want to be with for the rest of their life. I mean, really, the person you are, right now is going to be completely different than the person you are 5 years from now, even 10 years from now. It's like we're constantly growing and changing. So pick a partner. When you pick a partner, you want to be 100% certain that you can live with this person forever. So being in a marriage because you think it's simply the next step in a relationship is worse than, I don't even want to say. It's just not fair to her, yourself, and potentially your future children. So you can prevent a divorce by first understanding and discovering yourself, who you are, and what you want out of life. And then I suggest you take action and go after that life that you want. And a partner is going to come around. A partner is going to come along that ride, and they're going to want to help you get there. So don't confuse lust with love. You literally have decades of options to find a partner you want to marry. So no need to be hasty and locking someone down right now, or even yourself down. If your current relationship does not stand the test of time, you always have later in life to settle down for something that you're looking for. So self-discovery is really about finding out who you are, what you want, making a plan on how you're going to get there and going for it. Because when you really know who you are, you know what you're looking for. And when you know what you're looking for, you're going to be that much more likely to find that person that you're looking for, or find that job, or find that business that you're looking for, that opportunity. But it all starts from within. It all starts with knowing thyself. And if you really want to find a group of guys who are interested on this same journey, on this same path, and want to really invest in themselves, then I have a group. I mean, you may have heard of it, the Lion's Den. Right now there's 83 guys in it, all pushing themselves in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and personal growth. And a key part of all of it is really discovering yourself. And one of the fastest way to do this, or do anything in your life, is to surround yourself with the people who are doing it. I mean, all too often, we listen to something, we're inspired, but then we go back to our lives. We end up with the same environment, the same group of people who aren't on the same path. And it's not easy to try and convince someone to do what you're doing. So go and find the people who are already doing it, or who have already done it. That's the fastest way that's like the biggest life hack. Like I mentioned earlier, Jim Rohn, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. This is key. If you're in an environment that doesn't serve you, then get online and start connecting with people who can help you. And so the Lion's Den does just that. So if you're interested, then you can go to Knowledge for Men and click on the Lion's Den. It's right there, and you can learn more about it. Or you can shoot me an email at andrew@knowledgeformen.com if you'd like to learn more, or set up a time for a quick coffee chat. All right, guys, until next time. Thank you for listening to the